What's up? It's your boy Ashhead here, and guess what? We're still smoking out our prescription pack from Dr. Orod. And today, we chose the Painkiller box press. Hey, we're gonna get it lit up and we're gonna smoke and review this cigar, and we will be right back. What's up, your boy Ashhead? Hey, we're back. We're finna get this baby lit up. Hey, it was only fitting that I chose the Painkiller out of my prescription pack, because you know what? Got a slight toothache. Hey, and the Painkiller is what I need. Very peppery, almost so peppery till it almost made me sneeze on that cold draw. And then the second time was nothing. The first time I got hit with that pepper. But hey, first things first. Prior to reviewing the GTO Painkiller, I reviewed the Anesthesia, and my Alabama bias may have came off if though that the GTO cigars, you can only get them in Alabama and in Georgia. That is untrue. So if my Alabama and Southern bias came off that way, I will, in this cigar review, tell you all the places where you can get GTO cigars, so you too can enjoy that Anesthesia that was so good. Again, this is my first time smoking GTO cigars, and I felt embarrassed because this cigar, the GTO Cigar Company, has a headquarters here in the great state of Alabama. So that's where my embarrassment came from. So if you've seen the first review video, didn't want to make it sound like that this was a cigar that was an Alabama cigar, Alabama grown, Alabama rolled. This is just a cigar that has a home base. The company has a home base here in the state of Alabama. So didn't want to come off seeming that way, even though I don't think I did, but just in case somebody misunderstood it, let me know, because I just seen a post recently from GTO on Instagram that shows them opening up not opening up, but having 3 locations in New York, places that sell their cigars. These are other brick and mortars in New York that sell their cigars. But I'll tell you the locations of more brick and mortars here in the South, as well as other places in the country where you can get these fine cigars. But today, we're smoking the Painkiller box press. And this is a new one for me. Never smoked it before. This is a full-bodied cigar. Y'all know what I say. I like my cigars like I like my women. Full-bodied, baby. Just for argument's sake, since you guys did see me raise my glass, I am drinking some Evan Williams. Which Evan Williams, I don't know. But I know it's the Evan Williams. I know it's whiskey, but it's the Evan Williams. And I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get this cigar lit up, because I know you guys are curious to know how this cigar tastes. I'm going to be lighting it with a match. Again, I got my fan on, and it is early evening in Birmingham, Alabama, and it is little humid today. The match did a good job. Yeah. Let me let y'all get a closer look at this cigar. Now, this cigar has a Corojo Dominican wrapper. The binder is Dominican Republican, Cuban seed, and the filler is Dominican as well. So this is a 100% Dominican blend cigar. I am a fan of Dominican tobacco. Some of my favorite cigars are blended with Dominican tobacco. Now, again, I hope I didn't give the impression that Dr. Oscar Rodriguez was even from Alabama, because he is 100% Dominican, and their farm is in the great Caribbean island, Dominican Republic, which I do have on my bucket list to visit very, very soon. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna let these tobaccos, this wrapper, this binder, and this filler get a fourth of a way in and heat up. And then we're gonna talk about some flavor notes. So I will be right back in here, and we're about a fourth or maybe even a half inch of the way in. I got a little wonkiness that may be starting to form, but we're gonna see if this cigar is going to fix itself. But here, right off the bat, initially, the start of this cigar is much, much different from the Anesthesia. That was one of the 5 that were in a pack of 5 in the painkiller prescription. This particular one being the painkiller. Now, both had a Corojo wrapper. The Anesthesia, which was on the previous cigar review video, had a double wrapper. This one has a Corojo Dominican natural. Natural is just the first one was a Corojo. The Anesthesia, let me get it right. I want to tell it to you right, baby. Let me tell it to you right. Y'all just heard my speaker cut off and the air conditioner cut off. So y'all know I do this outside, man. So the Anesthesia was a Corojo Maduro. This is a Corojo Dominican natural. Corojo Dominican natural. The natural is it's like a Colorado shade, which is like a lighter brown. So the Anesthesia, they almost look the same, but sitting side by side, the Anesthesia was a bit darker. I just wanted to let you guys know that much, because these were 2 cigars out of a 5-pack sampler, the GTO Painkiller cigars. And the Painkiller starting out, peppery from the start, great smoke output. This one has a lot more earth to it, a lot more earth, and maybe it's not pepper. I said peppery. Maybe it's not pepper. Maybe it's more of a spice. The difference is spice is a lot stronger than pepper. So this is a lot stronger than pepper. This is more of a spice that I taste on this cigar. Great smoke output. This cigar has a excellent aroma to it. Retrohale has pepper on the retrohale. Definitely pepper on the retrohale. This one is a lot creamier, a lot more creamier than the anesthesia was. This is the painkiller. The one I smoked in the previous review was the anesthesia. Why are you mentioning the cigar you smoked in the previous review? Because there was a 5-pack of GTO cigars that was a prescription from Dr. Oscar Rodriguez, and I am reviewing every cigar in the 5-pack. So that's why I keep referencing back to that video. So if that's annoying you, I'll stop in a minute. Oh, when I get ready to. But so far, so good. So far, so good. No complaints as of yet. I'm going to smoke it down a little bit more. I might have to touch it up. I think I'm going to have to touch it up. That's why. You see that? That's why I think I'm going to have to touch it up. So I'll be right back after a quick touch up and a smoke down. Hey, I've been smoking this baby down, and if you can see that good, if it focus, I hope it focused very good. It's holding this ash pretty good, so it's okay constructed. I had to touch it up once. I may have to touch it up again, because look at that. Look at that side of the box. Yeah, I may have to touch it up again, but for the most part, I'm pretty much getting the same. From the start, I got the pepper, I got the spice, I got the creaminess, but I'm still getting the pepper, spice, creaminess as I go into the second third of this cigar. Not a whole lot has changed about it at all. So I'm hoping as I smoke it down some more that it gets a little more complex. I'm going to go ahead and drop that ash before I drop it on everything else. But I did want to also let you guys know of the places you can find GTO cigars. Not just Alabama, not just Georgia, but some of the places in the great state of Alabama you can find it. You can find it in Auburn, at 3 different locations. Havana Dreaming Cigar and Fine Spirits, Little Anthony's Cigar Store. You can find it in Bessemer, Alabama, Z's Tobacco and Spirits. You can find it in Birmingham, Alabama. Cigars and More 280, Cigars and More Patton Creek, Cigars and More Trustful, the Tobacco Leaf, as well as the Humidor Room. Shout out to my guy Saeed. You can find it in Delphina, Alabama. You can find it in Dothan, Fairhope, Florence, Helena, Hoover, Huntsville, Jasper, Madison, Meadowbrook, Mobile, Montgomery. Those are all the places you can find GTO cigars in the state of Alabama. I'm not going to read off all those brick and mortars. And like I said, you can also find it in Georgia as well. Places, tons of brick and mortars in Atlanta, Athens, Augusta, Blue Ridge, and a host of other places in Georgia as well, outside of Alabama and Georgia. Mississippi, Goodfather Cigar Shop in Brandon, in Jackson, Mississippi, Oxford, Starkville, Vicksburg, West Point, Ocean Springs, and a few other places in Mississippi. You can also find the GTO cigars in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina. That's good that I can find the South Carolina. My sister just moved there, so I'm definitely going to be visiting South Carolina and North Augusta so that I can find me some GTO cigars when I'm there, as well as Tennessee, and like I mentioned earlier, New York, Texas also, Idaho. Check this out. Iowa. And get this and check this out. Louisiana, Lake Charles, Louisiana. As well as, and I'm just naming the places just close by. But check it. You can find GTO cigars in the United Kingdom as well. So those are all the locations, not just Alabama and Georgia, but just based upon the list of all the places I named, there are more brick and mortars in the great state of Alabama and also in Georgia that carries the GTO line of cigars. So in the second third, smoking it down, I have to admit I was expecting a lot more from the painkiller. I was expecting a lot more, and where this is this has been so far a okay cigar, it has not been the best cigar. It's just been mostly just average for me. Mostly just average for me. Hasn't been very complex at all. And right now, the pepper and spice is just a hint of it. So now I'm just tasting just bland cigar. That's all I'm tasting. Just bland, just kind of bland tobacco. The creaminess is still there, but it's just a bland creaminess. There's no coffee with the cream. There's no other flavor notes that I can taste with the cream other than just cream. And the cream more so is a texture in my mouth versus creamy flavors, if you get what I'm saying on that. But I'm going to continue to smoke it down until the final third to see if there are any changes. I'll come back and let you guys know and bring this cigar review to a close. And back, I have smoked it down to the first band. This is a double band cigar, and I have smoked down to that first band and removed it. My cigar is still burning semi okay. I wouldn't say it's a bad burn. I wouldn't say it's a good burn. Kind of in between. I do have a fan blowing on me, so that could be the cause of some of the burn. And in my experience, box press cigars just don't always burn very well when I'm smoking them also. But hey, comment below, let me know if you've smoked any of the GTO cigars, if there are any GTO cigars that's not in this sampler pack that you think I should smoke. I still have 3 more in this sampler pack that I'm going to smoke and that I'm going to review. And this painkiller box press, I was placing my notes in my cigar journal right next to the GTO anesthesia that I smoked a few days ago. That's in the review that you've seen prior to, which I thoroughly enjoyed that cigar. And the GTO painkiller, my journal, did I enjoy? Is this just an average cigar? Or didn't I enjoy the cigar? For me, this cigar is just average. At the start, again, the spiciness and the pepper was there, the creamy was there, and as I went into the second third of the cigar, nothing has changed. As I approach and go into the final third of the cigar, really not much has changed other than the pepper and spice. The one thing that I was enjoying about the cigar is just diminishing. It's somewhat there on the retro hale, but for the most part, it is diminishing. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this one a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5 because it's just average. It's just an average cigar and an average smoke. So again, tell me if you smoke them, suggest any GTO cigars that I should smoke or that you would like for me to review. I also want to encourage everyone to stay safe. And in addition to staying safe, you know what? This cigar, I think is the name of this cigar, the Painkiller. This entire prescription pack of cigars, the GTO Painkiller cigars, is very fitting because, in my opinion, I feel like the United States is hurting. The United States itself, this country that we live in, is in pain with the pandemic and along with everything else that is going on. We are in pain, and we, the United States of America, need a painkiller. The painkiller that we need, we can't find it in the pharmacy. The painkiller that we need can't be prescribed by any doctor. The painkiller that we need, we can't even find it in a cigar. But the painkiller that we need, we can find it when we go on our knees and pray, and we can find him, and his name is Jesus. Hey, I want to encourage all of you to stay safe again. I want to encourage all of you to go out and get you a GTO cigar. Tell me what you think about them. Ashhead out.